Thank you for coming back from our replay reviews. My name is Leah.
And my name is Kathy.
We are two friends who are here to replay, review, and analyze your favorite video games. And since Kathy has never seen the games before, it helps me view them through her fresh eyes, almost like I'm discovering them again for the first time.
We hope it'll be a similar experience for you. Who would have thought we would get 100 episodes?
It's crazy. I just remember, this started because I had nobody to talk to about Yakuza 0. And I was like, Kathy, watch this with me, please.
We do so much of a deep dive and you're like, we need to document this somehow and record it.
Even if it was just for us.
Right?
But no, here we are.
We're here 5 years in the making.
5 years later.
Yes. I'm so excited to celebrate this. A summary of 5 years of our favorite moments, top things. We have so many good juicy bits and segments.
Well, we usually do an Did my voice crack?
Oh no, the voice cracking.
As I was trying to say. We usually do an out of context summary, but there's not much to summarize because I don't know what we're going to end up saying. Instead, please enjoy this compilation of our favorite out of context quotes from our podcast. Do we need to pretend to jerk it at her?
I think someone needs to just chop his dick off.
It's just boobs in my face. I am immediately molested upon entry. Opportunity is not knocking to eat human flesh.
You're pretty much calling your dog a whore. We need a male perspective.
We do. Does it hurt extra if you get kneed in the junk when you're erect, or is it the same? Like a stupid little acrobat. That one was a hair from a peepee. It doesn't stop there. He targets the peen again, Kathy. So, prostitute? Is she one? Get the colonel situated, because he's gonna have some company.
And if not, Leah's gonna go Tanya Harding on you, so be prepared for your kneecaps.
Did you know she ate in our Denny's? I don't know why I was squeezing my cheeks like that. I think the writer was going through something when he wrote this game.
A divorce?
I need Kazuma to tell me his plan. It's just 4 grown men piggybacking.
Let me finish this piece of bean.
Visually ass, metaphorically ass, verbally ass. I don't know how many more ways they can say it.
Peaches. She was a loan shark debt collector, and she got away with a lot because she was British.
Our first topic is favorite moments.
All-time favorite, one that made me feel like we finally transcended our amateur podcasting, was in Outlast Part 4 when we could not stop laughing because I said something about massive in size. The context of it is so funny. I remember listening to this on the airplane and just laughing, and I'm like, we're funny? But also, I remember recording that moment and we could not keep it together.
Okay, first of all, one of my favorite moments as well. But because it's so, I think you mentioned before Chris Walker, you mentioned the SDWDOs, which it's in the name, Scary Dudes with Dongs Out.
Yeah.
They've got schlongage. They've got plenty to share. The point is, you made my mind go there, and then you went, they're massive in size, and you expected me to not erupt in laughter at that? Why would you do that to me?
And I remember recording and trying to get through it, and I'm just staring at you, and your face, you could not keep it together. And I think that's just the memory of that, but the context of what was happening, so good. One of my favorite moments.
So I guess I'll go to one of my top of the list ones is way back season 1. It's now archived, but you can still find it on YouTube. Episode 3. It's the OG, I can't find the word. Where I couldn't find the word. I think it was responsibility or some stupid word. I don't remember what it was. But you were trying so hard to help me, and we couldn't find it. And I had the classic line, I need to find this word or I'm going to have diarrhea. Which has spawned, that's just a classic for us now that we reference all the time.
It's now an inside joke that we say it off the mic.
One of my favorites, Wolf Among Us episode 4. When we realized, stop laughing at me, we heard Toad Jr. say, that when he witnessed the body dumping, he heard someone say, "Stop laughing at me."
Mm-hmm.
And then in episode 4, we listened through the door and we heard Georgie saying, "Stop laughing at me."
Mm-hmm.
That blew my mind because I hadn't heard that before. And then just our final theory on that game. I think that's the closest, that I've come to understanding that game.
That's a bit of my fear, is being able to work together to come with a conclusion, because this is one of the games where it is the most theorizable games. And so I really liked it. My next moment is, it's a two-parter. So Yakuza Kiwami 1, and I know it's in chapter 7. I couldn't find which one within our game, but it is Kiryu slapping Haruka, and I just remember gasping like when watching the gameplay. I'm like, and then later Nishiki slapping Reina, and then I'm like, I could not believe the slapping happening in that game.
How dare he hit a woman? I just remember you saying
She's
that.
a child. Yeah.
Oh, I was on pins and needles waiting for you to witness that. I have a really random little quick one that I'm just going to play the audio for you. I'm going to try to take a sip of this tea, but I might burn my whole mouth, so just
I burnt my tongue this morning today, so.
I sounded like Toad.
I remember that. We were pretty goofy, and I really appreciated how authentic we are, but also our logo really aligned with our vibes in the earlier season, just the playfulness and the bright color.
I mean, I like our serious tone and the depth that we bring to the analysis, but I want some of that goofiness back too.
Yeah.
You know? It's fun.
I'll just go straight to my fourth favorite moment.
Yes.
You going, knock them down, but there's something about your pitch and your tone and just the irritation, just it comes through so well.
Knock them down?
Yeah.
It's just the little kid. You think you know what you're doing and you're being a good person, but you really just don't know what the you're talking about, and it pisses me off.
All that emotion is bubbled into 3 words.
Okay, I have another one. I have to share my screen again.
Okay.
It's in Heavy Rain Part 3, 19 minutes, 41 seconds. Sorry, I was going to say something gross.
Oh, no,
Should I say it anyway? Okay.
Yeah, say it.
I probably took it to sniff the seat.
Oh, God, Leah.
I told you it was gross. You can't tell me he wouldn't do that, though.
It's so in line with his character, though. And he makes some slow comment about it, which is not going to start brainstorming any ideas, but yes, I'm not surprised if he did that.
But I can't think of the voice. She had this.
What?
She had a swing. I'm not gonna be able to get this out. Madison Page. She had her sweet fanny all over the seat. I gotta get into a win.
Oh no. Oh my gosh. And that just her character, everything about her, it is a highlight in the way that we were, at least I was, so hateful towards her. That is another moment. Didn't make it into top 5, but just raging against her.
She is a legend in this podcast.
I have 2 more that didn't make it into my top 5. When we go completely off tangent about Tanya Harding.
How has Tanya Harding and Denny's come up twice
in
the podcast? Absurd.
Yes.
Unreasonable.
Mm-hmm.
Mine are not in a particular order.
Okay.
Going back to Heavy Rain real quick, I think this is my last Heavy Rain one, is when you picked...
Oh my god.
Gordy Kramer.
I didn't know.
And I shriek, "You didn't pick Norman Jadon?" In utter disbelief.
Quite embarrassed about that one. But a tangent moment to that was then I called him pale, and you said it's not pale, it's pasty, and you took offense to it.
No. Not pasty. Oh. See, you have learned nothing.
Oh, no.
Porcelain.
That's what it is. I didn't learn. I'm sorry. I'm going to jump back to my fifth top 5 moment. And it's probably one you have, but it's in Detroit Become Human. And I didn't realize that there's origami on the bookshelf. But then I also didn't realize what you did in the editing until I saw the video of it. And then I'm like, oh, I was distracted or something. And then you zoom in on Marcus's butt.
That might be my favorite edit of all time.
Yeah. And it caught me so off guard, too.
Oh my gosh. I know, I didn't warn you. I'm just like, you're gonna love this episode. Okay, one more favorite moment that's also a little bit more storyline adjacent related is when we realized how shit Kazuma is.
Mm-hmm.
What a bitch that guy is.
I didn't think he would annoy me and piss me off as much as it did when I first saw his character, because we start from Y0, we watched it, we're like, yeah, he kind of sucks. We watch Kiwami 1, and we're like, I really don't like him, and we think he's dead, and then Kiwami 2 happens, and we're like, what is he still doing? Why is he still here? He pisses me off.
Okay, and this led us to have the question, is there anyone worse? So because of that, we decided to do a villains bracket where we put all of our most hated, the most villainous characters into a bracket, randomized it, and then we each selected our favorite. Should we reveal to each other what we've picked?
Yes.
So we only have one difference in the final 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jingu versus Murkoff.
Yes.
All right, let's see who's in our final 2. Was it Kazuma, Kathy?
Yeah, Kazuma.
Yeah. Same.
Okay. And then I put Murkoff, so this is where we're different.
Yeah.
Who did you put?
I did Father Loudermilch. So both Outlast.
And then ultimate
3, 2, 1.
Murkoff.
Kazuma.
I'd be okay with Kazuma because he's in my top 2, but I put Murkoff.
I am totally okay with Murkoff. I think the difference for me would be that Murkoff is less personal, which is why I hate Kazuma. He does this to people that he's supposed to care about. But I think Murkoff is a fantastic villain in terms of like enjoyability.
I agree, and part of my rationalization that I went through is the overall damage of how long it would last. Murkoff is going to have lasting kind of damage environmentally to people there, to their kids, and if the wall rider and all that stuff starts going out of this area, it could be a global issue. And so I chose Murkoff because of the scale of potential damage that could happen.
It makes me want another Outlast game. Which, speaking of, I have theory changes and release notes. I have an Outlast note.
Okay.
So should we jump to topic 4? We had a question. It was one of our burning questions in the Outlast summary is, what happened to Wernicke? And I'm like, still, what did happen to him, honestly? From the Outlast wiki, it says, despite the preceding events, it is never made clear if Wernicke was targeted or killed by the Wall Rider. Although given the creature's nature, it can be assumed that Rudolph met his end at the hands of the ghostly entity. I think that's what the game wants you to think, if I'm being honest. I don't think he's dead. We know Billy Hope was keeping him alive. I feel like the possibility is there that Billy and the Wall Rider sort of became one when he died. Like, they were so ingrained that, like, Billy just, when he died, his body quit, but his consciousness was still in the Wall Rider. And then he also possessed Miles. Theoretically, if that's a possibility, then the Wall Rider / Billy could still be keeping him alive. There's still a little bit of sentimentality there. There was one conversation about this in Reddit, and I didn't write the person's name, so sorry. But someone said that the comics, which we read, confirms that the Wall Rider hosts Billy and Miles. So, he could have kept them alive.
Maybe there's more to it, that all the black speckles, maybe that is some kind of substance, and it's not just what you see, but maybe it's a bunch of atoms or something that holds a spirit, and maybe Wernicke's out there, and they just need to compile all these broken pieces of his spirit.
What you're kind of describing is what's making me wonder, like, the Wall Rider is Billy Hope. And there's only one Wall Rider, but it can affect other people or infect other people, like Miles, like Blake. So maybe the Wall Rider is like a swarm, and that's the swarm that they're talking about in Outlast 1. I really think the swarm is just people infected by the Wall Rider.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all controlled by Billy Hope. So, Yakuza. Just a little detail at the depth of Yakuza 0, which is by far the deepest game in the series, in my opinion. If you remember at the end of the game when Majima is sent to, like, deal with Shimano because he was dealing with the Omi, he was supposed to kill him or whatever. He says, I'm a family man, and gives him a chance, and then Shimano ends up shooting the Omi guy. It shows how smart Majima is, because he's not just talking about himself when he says, I'm a family man. He's also asking Shimano what he's loyal to. Like, Shimano, are you a family man? Or are you selling out to the Omi?
Oh.
Because if you're not choosing the family over the Omi, I am, which means I kill you.
Okay, I like that. I never caught that. Totally is in line with how devious this character is.
That scene has always confused me a little bit because I feel like there's just so many layers to what Majima's saying.
Man, I knew why Zero was good for a reason, but this just takes it to a whole new level. The writing, I feel like they took such care with it that you can still, if I watched it again, I'm going to pick up new things.
Next is Detroit Become Human. We talked about this briefly because we re-listened to this episode together. But the RA9 question. We both have independently noticed how similar Ari from Heavy Rain and RA9 are in sound. Could Norman Jaden be RA9? We see in Heavy Rain reality and Ari blurring for Jaden, right? Who knows how far that could go? If he spends too much time, maybe his consciousness would be ported into Ari. So he's like stuck in Ari, like maybe he's dead in real life, but his kind of like the Wall Rider, right? But he's in Ari. And then in Detroit, the interrogation android, the one we're interrogating, he gives a gender to RE9. He says he.
I want to build on it, which Detroit Become Human, we see that there are certain people like Amanda where she is no longer alive, but she becomes like a CPU type of thing. So depending on timing, and this seems to be more forward in the future compared to Heavy Rain, what if Jaden has already died, but he was such an incredible detective that they decided to keep him and his tools and then morph it into RE9? Like that the tools of him and Ari combined become RE9.
I don't think that the FBI would just abandon that technology. I think they would continue to progress it. Maybe Kamsky obtained that software or used that software in his androids. So my theory is that Jaden became Ari, and as we discussed, as the software developed, it was eventually used by Kamsky in his androids. And Jaden, now Ari, is hellbent on finding a way out, which would translate to deviancy. He still knows what it is to be human. He just doesn't have a body. And so when androids come into existence, he can give the androids through Ari, he's RA9, he can give them emotions. He can be human again. He can make his escape. He can break free from Ari and live in the real world again. And I think Kamsky would just be watching this happen and believe he's truly created a new form of life.
I can see that.
I mean, I still like our other theories about what RA9 is, but this is my favorite. I really want it to be Norman Jaden. Okay, one more Red Dead note, and then I'm done with topic 4.
Okay.
This is about the strange man, which actually is one of my favorite moments, if we can jump back to that real quick. Just our summary discussion about John's redemption arc of the strange man. I loved that. That was a great conversation. Also, when I dunked DeSanta to the trash.
Oh my gosh.
And then you sang one of my favorite ones when Allende was going to the trash and you couldn't get the words out. And you're like, he forced himself in the women.
And then I was like, you know what? I'll just call it what it is. He raped them.
I loved it. Oh my gosh, so funny. Absurd thing to be laughing about, but it was funny.
You also, another one of my favorite moments was recently, what game was it? About the kids, and you shouldn't be laughing, but you kept laughing. What was it?
The wheelchair.
Oh my god.
In the forest, when the little kid, the arms you break out, and the little kid helpless in the wheelchair just looking up. And then you see it get knocked over in the aftermath. Oh, so hilarious
to me. You just kept laughing at it.
It shouldn't be funny, but it's really hilarious. Oh my gosh. Anyway, back to what I was saying about the strange man. So one of the co-founders of Rockstar, his name's Dan Houser. Mm-hmm. He was quoted very recently in an interview about the strange man, telling us what it is. And I don't know if you can tell by my expression that I'm disappointed. But he said, the strange man was meant to be a manifestation of your shadow, your karma, the devil.
This isn't Hollywood. We don't need that kind of devil on our shoulder. I like our theory more.
He left it very vague.
It doesn't make sense because your shadow and your manifestation wouldn't force you to choose, be like, go save that nun.
Well, right, because how would he know that the things are happening where they're happening? It obviously has its own consciousness.
No. I think what would confirm our theory is if we see the strange man, say that the next game is going to be Jack or whoever character, if we see him again, and it follows like various people and not just John, then I could say that that's not a manifestation because he would probably show up in a different form.
I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
He's referenced in another game.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, so there's a couple things we tracked. One of them was when my voice cracks because, as you know, that happens frequently.
Yes. And there's some good ones.
And we each picked our top 5. What is your first one?
Season 4, Episode 12, Mafia, the summary. And my timestamp is 23:38.
But anyway, thank you for... There was a voice crack. Yeah, that is one of mine. All right, what's your next one?
The next one is Season 1, Episode 17, Outlast Part 1.
So we don't really know what that means. There's also mention of some sort of hormone treatment. No, but it was between that one and one other one.
Okay.
So let me show you the one I picked. If we can go back again to the exit interview video with Warnicki and his quote about, having to witness enough horror.
That was another one. I had that one.
Horror.
Yeah. That was.
This sounds like I say whore.
Warnicki was a whore.
Okay, so we had 2 the same. What's your next one?
Heavy Rain. Oh, this is one of my favorites. So this one is Season 2, Episode 2.
And then by the end of the interview / interrogation, did you hear that voice crack?
I did.
It was on my list, but it didn't make it top 5.
Okay.
How many do you have left?
I have 2 more.
Okay. We'll see if there's any more. I still have 3 that you haven't.
Okay. This one is Detroit Become Human, so Season 3, Episode 11.
In this episode, we almost murder somebody over a mitten. I have to restart that because my voice cracked so hard.
I was going to say, let's keep it.
So hard.
Yes! Somebody!
And then, not me saying we need to redo that.
Yeah.
That was number 3 on my list.
Okay, gotcha.
It's not just the crack, it's the way that I couldn't make it stop. Like, it ran away from me and I couldn't get it to quit.
Final one, Season 3, Episode 20, Yakuza Kiwami 2, Part 3.
And they appear to be being led by Hayashi from Kiwami 1.
It's a subtle one.
It is a subtle
one. But
one.
I remember hearing this and be like, what was that? And
that was not on my list. So I have 2 left.
Okay.
Here's my second favorite voice crack. We'll find out who the killer is, but will we find out why? There might still be some mysteries. My voice cracked.
I had this one for, I think it was probably top 10, but it didn't make it up.
Okay, and my all-time favorite. I can't believe this is not on your list.
How's Haruka going to 3 different bars within one day? She's not even like 10 years old.
That's a good question. What?
I had that. Top
That's
10.
Question.
I had that in my top 10.
Oh my gosh. This is the joy of being able to laugh at yourself.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh.
That was way more entertaining than I thought it was going to be.
Right? The voice cracks themselves belong into one of our favorite moments, like a high-level overview. Which, speaking of, should we go back?
Speaking of favorite moments, I have a few quick ones. Let me just run through all my Red Dead ones. I had ones from part 1, part 2, part 3, and part 5.
Okay.
Part 1 at 2540, I love when you say, hold on, I've got a piece of bean.
Oh my god, yes!
And I was like, excuse me, what the hell? Sorry, what is a piece of bean? And it was an espresso-covered coffee bean, which, as we discussed, is the absolute only way that piece of bean ever makes sense. Also from part 2, the butt scratcher. Noticing that guy digging in his ass.
Sorry, this.
And the chaos that ensued in that conversation. Also, the Mexican standoff thing, where you're like, isn't this a Mexican standoff? I'm like, wait!
I have that.
Wait, that's the joke.
That, and then didn't Abraham also fall off on his horse in that part?
Yes, Reyes falling, and the brief almost T-pose, and then running behind trying to get to the horse. Gold.
Yeah. A more recent one I had is last week's episode where I did my accidental finger guns. So.
Oh my gosh, I still can't believe you did finger guns to me. From a that's what she said joke.
That was, don't know what came over me. The 40-year-old wearing New Balance sneakers, white suburban dad just fully went into my soul.
Okay, well, to finish out my last one, I can't believe you didn't bring up peaches.
Oh my god, yes! I forgot about how that didn't make it up on my list.
The whole ass conversation, and the beauty of that moment is that your mic was glitching, so I couldn't hear you half the time. I couldn't hear the first few words of your sentence, and then I'd be able to hear you. And so I didn't, when I said, how many more ways is there to say it, referencing butts, I didn't hear you at all saying peaches
until editing. Yes.
Oh my gosh, so that killed me.
I just remember you sending me the Snapchat of it when you finally realized it. And oh my gosh, that was too good.
Maybe one of the best is when we're in the flashback with Kazuma talking to Terada and the other guy. He's like facing them, and we're Kiryu, so we're behind all three of them. So it's Kiryu looking at Kazuma from the back, and it cuts to a view, like almost full body view of behind Kazuma, and Terada's hand is visible between Kazuma's legs. Why is that there? Why didn't they get rid of that?
It's for us. It's for the gamers.
Oh my gosh. The way I gasped when I saw that. I was like, Kazuma's pee-pee fell out. And then all of the times, the pee-pees. All the pee-pees. There's one of my favorites is in Mafia when I hit a guy and he bounces over a barricade.
Which, that's good. But I think of all the PPs, the corkscrew lady who does a 360 turn, that's my favorite.
I also love how I just fully say PP, and you, just to be safe, you give it a little space, a little cadence, and you say PP, so as to know that we're not talking about
PPs.
Actual PPs. Okay, but speaking of, you've given me shit for my driving in these games, and I keep trying to tell you, Kathy, you don't understand. And so I had to make you understand, and we've talked about doing this before, and we finally did it. I made you drive in games. So I have the video edited, pulled up to show you how well you did.
Okay.
Here we go.
Hold on. There's no way she just happened to.
Why'd she trip over nothing?
Well, she's calling the police. Oh my gosh. Look how quickly I'm going, Leah.
Okay, we need to pause here because when I was editing, I was like, wait, can you like see Tommy's face when you crash? No, but I'll do you one better. Just watch.
Oh my god, I can't breathe.
Look at poor Tommy's His ass! This is the new FBM, the flying booty moment.
Oh my god, I can't breathe.
Oh, that was close. Oh no! No, I didn't get arrested. No, I can't fight this.
Well,
I take it all back. Oh my gosh, that was so funny. That's even more intense than playing Rainbow Road.
well, we just have 3 topics left. Should we move on to our next bracket?
Yes.
Our next bracket is KFC.
Kathy's favorite character.
So what we did is we gathered all of your favorite characters from episodes and all of mine from all of the summary episodes and put them into a bracket. And if there were differences between games, like say I liked Nishiki Y0, you liked Nishiki K1, which is the opposite, then they're both in there and we specify, because characters are different in different games. My final 4 is Tachibana, Bigby, John, and Connor.
Ooh, those are the 4 that I would have picked for you. Okay, so Tachibana versus Bigby. I think you chose Tachibana.
I chose Bigby.
No, what?
It was a hard one, though.
That was a
It
hard one.
difficult. I picked Bigby over Tachibana because Bigby would do anything for Snow except what he thinks is wrong, which I appreciate because he's not blind to his love.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to do good even when she thinks it's not good.
And so then your other one is then, who is it?
John versus Connor. Maybe even more difficult than the...
That one I knew. I remember you struggling so hard. I think ultimately you chose Connor.
I did. And I hate myself for it. I picked Connor. All right, you got to tell me your...
My top 4.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, it's all under the Yakuza series. So we have Tachibana, Y0 Tachibana versus YK2 Ryuji.
I'm gonna guess Ryuji.
Tachibana.
Oh, man.
I think the very last end of knowing Ryuji still wanted to die, even though his sister was alive, versus what Tachibana would have given to be alive to see his sister and wouldn't just throw away his life like that.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
true.
Shinji and YK1 versus Y0 Nishiki.
I mean, it has to be Nishiki from
Yeah.
Y0.
Both of them did nothing wrong. But ultimately, I felt like Nishiki would deviate from his orders more so than what Shinji did. Which leaves Tachibana versus Nishiki.
So Tachibana versus Y0 Nishiki. I mean, I think Y0 Nishiki just has a hold on you that you're never going to be able to break. So I gotta pick Y0 Nishiki.
Yep, you are correct.
I don't blame you.
I think you knew it going into this who my ultimate KFC would be.
Well, I thought I would know, but I had to make some real damn hard decisions here. And my final 2 ended up being Bigby and Connor.
I know you like Bigby a lot, but for some reason my gut, I don't know what the rationale it would be, but I think my gut is saying you chose Connor.
I did.
Oh,
I
okay.
picked Connor. Another really difficult choice.
You can't go wrong with either.
You can't. And he carried that game.
Mhm.
Like, he carried that game.
Yeah.
So I just had to get him props for that.
So our other category we always talk about is Kentucky Scorcher, which is purely looks.
Originally, Kentucky Scorcher was supposed to be who is just hot. But we found that you would talk too much about personality. And I'm like, we got to experiment against us. And that's when Blind Kentucky Scorcher was born. So for the purpose of this, we didn't use your blind picks. We used your straight up picks from the game. And mine as well if I had any. And so the criteria for this bracket is just whatever. Could be a combination, looks, personality.
Mm-hmm.
My final 4 is John, Tommy, Henry, and Bigby. Your final 4 is Majima, Wei, Henry, and Bigby. Half of our final 4 is the same.
Yeah.
So let's go to the bottom. Who won for you between Henry and Bigby?
I struggled so hard right here.
So did I.
This is where some of the personality kind of bled into it. Like the righteousness of how Bigby could carry himself beat out Henry's, like the looking over his shoulder fear. And then I kind of got grossed out when they started selling drugs.
Well, I picked Henry, so thanks for that.
What? I totally thought you were gonna choose Bigby, so I'm like, Leah's gonna agree with me.
I don't know what it is that won out. I think it was just he was just in charge. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like Bigby was a little more struggling to figure out what to do. And that lost points for me, whereas Henry, even if he made bad decisions in the end,
Yeah.
he was taking charge. Ooh, your top final two was Majima versus Wei. This is hard, but I have a gut feeling you picked Wei.
I chose Majima. I struggled for this one. Let's do yours. Top 4. Wait, we already chose top 4.
We already know Henry, but between John and Tommy, you haven't guessed that yet.
I think you chose John.
I did.
John versus Henry.
Hardest decision of my life.
On a gut feeling, Henry.
Yep.
I think you betrayed John
I did. I betrayed John again. 2 categories in a row. Okay, yours is Majima versus Bigby.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a hard one. I'm going to say Majima.
I did, yeah. The confidence and swagger this man has, even despite wearing the stupid construction hat.
We had trouble. We wanted to do this more than once. So we did a new bracket. We did KFC and KS 3 times. And we took the top 4 from each of those. And we're going to put those into a bracket. If there was a person in both of those categories, they earned the right to be in the bracket twice. So this is basically like the ultimate character. Okay, my final 4. Majima, Henry, John, Connor. What are yours?
It went Bigby, Y0 Nishiki, YK2, Majima, and Bigby again.
Who did I pick between Y0 Majima and Henry, Kathy?
My gut feeling is like immediately like Majima, but then you also crave Henry because we didn't see enough of him.
I do. I crave Henry. Why? What? It's the perfect way to put it.
You crave more of him. But I think Y0 Majima had the roots, like the... Oh no, did you say Henry?
What's your final answer?
Majima?
Yeah.
Okay.
I picked Y0 Majima.
Yeah.
Majima to be exact.
Okay.
And then bottom of the final 4 was John versus Connor. Another difficult choice.
Wow, I want to say Connor because I think that's how he ended up last time. I think John.
It's John.
Ooh, I got 2 for 2.
My final 2 is Y0 Majima and John.
Yeah.
So let's find your final 2. What's your first final 4 matchup?
Bigby versus Y0 Nishiki.
Y0 Nishiki.
Mm-hmm.
All right. He's in the final 2.
And then Bigby versus YK2 Majima.
Bigby.
No.
You had him in the final 4 twice and he lost both times? My final 2. Y0 Majima versus John.
I have to say Majima.
It was a hard choice. But I picked John.
No. Out of guilt?
No, it's not out of guilt. I had a moment of clarity. Hi, Toast. And maybe part of it is because I've been in a Red Dead Real slump lately where a lot of my algorithm is Red Dead. I'm off of Stephen Hawking AI and onto Red Dead.
You sent it to me and you got me on it now.
I know.
Stupid
It was
AI
a really
videos.
funny one that popped up. I had to send it to you. But I was just reminded of how much more complex his character is than we give him credit for a lot, and how human his character is. And I'm really impressed by the writing and just the way that they developed his character into something human. And I have to give his character credit for how real he is, but how much you still love him. Okay, your final 2.
Y0 Nishiki versus YK2 Majima.
It's gotta be Y0 Nishiki, right?
Yeah.
I was like, who are you kidding? Don't look at me like that.
Really, what made me fall in love with this character was this guy has been through the trenches with what Kazuma did. His entire destiny was pre-written for him, and he has gone up against every single challenge. Despite living in Kiryu's shadow, But in the end, despite he could have gone bitter and he could have just killed them all, he didn't. He redeemed himself.
Do you know what's really interesting?
What?
Is I'm hearing a lot of similarities to John's character in your description, because they both started out, you know, with a pseudo father who's kind of controlling them and leading their direction in life, and they both split from that. But Nishiki rises up in his world, and John tries to leave his world.
Did you play YCO first or Red Dead Redemption first?
Red Dead.
I think that might be something that has a huge impact, because you met John first before Nishiki, and I met Nishiki before I met John. It's the first character that you fell in love with, and Nishiki's mine. My first love in video games. And John's your first love.
But I crave Henry. We have one final topic, which is stats. You know, we love stats. We counted 2 things through the every episode. There's going to be a margin of error. We're only human, but we both counted to try to get the most accurate count. The first thing we counted was when either one of us said, "I feel like." I didn't add them up. I think you did, and you got to tell me, Kathy.
Yes.
Is it over 100?
Single-handedly, one season is over 100.
So far, first 99 episodes of the podcast, I think we said "I feel like" 278 times.
I love being on the other side of this. I'll give you another guess.
375.
856.
Holy shit,
Yeah.
no. That's not possible.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be a lot, but I didn't think it'd be damn near 1,000.
At the end of season 4, we're probably going to hit 1,000.
All right. The second thing we counted was the times Kathy said, "Nope." Whenever I asked her a question. You slowed down. There was a lot in the earlier seasons, and you slowed down. I'm going to guess 47.
45.
What? I almost said 45. Oh my gosh.
I love seeing your reaction. Like, what? I have never seen you this excited before.
That's why we each need to start tracking a stat.
Yeah.
The last thing was not a count, but it was the total duration of airtime.
This was a really fun one. I have it down to the seconds, but I'm going to let you guess close to how many hours.
Oh my gosh. How many hours do I think? I'm going to go with 82 hours.
Not quite. 63 hours, 50 minutes, 11 seconds.
That's so much time.
64 hours, yeah.
Can't believe we've made all
insane.
that. That's crazy. Well, I mean, we sort of already done our recap of how we got here, but there's just one thing I want to say before we thank everyone, which is not only did this podcast happen, but our friendship re-happened because of a birthday text. I was going to text you on your birthday.
Your birthday's before me. I texted you, and I didn't realize that my phone switched to texting your home phone, which is another cell phone. And so I didn't hear from you, and I was like, that's weird, because even though we didn't stop being friends, but we kind of went our own ways.
Right.
Like middle of high school, we still annually, twice a year, say happy birthday to each other. And then I didn't hear from you. And then your mom told you to message me, and we started talking.
Exactly. The point is, if you're thinking about a friend you haven't seen in a while, you know, life takes us different directions. Send a birthday text. So what if they don't respond and you feel like an idiot? You're not there an ass for not responding back, right? Unless it went to their home phone and they didn't notice. Moral of the story. Moral of the 100 episodes of this podcast. It's the butterfly effect. It's Until Dawn. Send one text. Create 100 episodes of a podcast. Life's completely different. Should we say thank you very much for listening?
Thank you, especially those that have followed us since the beginning of time. Those that follow us on Instagram. Those in our close circles who help support us. Who give us feedback.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And goodbye.
We'll see you next week. Back to regular programming. For our 100th episode, Audacity on 98, 99, 100.
Huh? Thank you for listening, and don't forget to send in any questions, comments, or game suggestions. You can find all our contact info on our website, replayreviewspod.com, or contact us directly through our site.
Did we completely miss something? Are we way off the mark? or you just want us to take a deeper look at anything from the game. We'll tackle any topics you all want to hear in our season wrap-up episode.
We also have a Reddit where we discuss anything we're curious about. Go take a look and let us know what you're thinking. Our theme music is Condemned by Eggy Toast. They'll play you out, and we'll be back next week.